Hi, Severance fans. Welcome back to Tori Talks with Dr. S. I'm Tori. This is Dr. S. We're going to talk about Severance Season 1, Episode 2, because we're doing a rewatch in preparation for Season 2, which premieres January 17th, I believe.
25th? Something like
25th?
that. Mid to late January.
January.
Yes.
So this episode is called Half Loop. Well, I completely forgot about this episode. I don't think I remember anything from this episode.
I felt the same way.
You felt the same way?
So it's so interesting to be rewatching, and you already know kind of like the bigger picture, but then I keep forgetting all these little things. So I'm so glad that we are doing it.
Yes.
But yeah, I totally didn't remember that we saw like another angle of like what happened in episode 1.
Yeah.
Like Helly's, behind the scenes part. I love that.
Okay, we get to see the procedure be done. I kind of remember that, but
when they showed the brain and like the needle and then the image, I remembered it when I saw it, but I was like, oh, I forgot that we get to see this. And also so early on, I don't know why I thought that things happened slower.
Yeah.
Like from episode 1 even, I forgot that we met Petey so soon.
Yeah,
and then,
same.
Yeah, and so I was just like, oh, and this episode, like we saw the procedure. I don't know, I thought it was like later we find out like how it really works.
I know, but it's nice because they really are just getting right into it.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I remember feeling that way last time, but we didn't know.
Yeah. I don't remember thinking it was so messed up too.
Yeah.
Like how badly the workers are treated.
I know. Well, and I didn't even realize Mr. Milchek is with her during the whole thing. I feel like babying her. I mean, we know why. She's very special.
Yes.
But I didn't put that together last time. And then when she's trying to escape through the stairwell, he's patient, but he looks a little frustrated too, But I feel like he held her hand through it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Does he do that with every employee?
And does everybody do this?
Yeah.
So then it's kind of like that whole concept of like how many times she tries to escape.
I know.
And if you think like everybody who goes through the process tries to escape, but then once they get out, their outie tells them, no, I want to do this. Like, what are you doing to yourselves, people?
Oh my gosh.
It's so crazy. I don't remember being so like offended.
I know.
Right? And maybe because we weren't talking about it. Because I was just watching it. You watched it all on your own, and then I didn't talk to I just kind of watched it, and I was maybe just absorbing it all.
We just didn't process it.
I just accepted it all as fine, and now I'm watching it, and I know we're going to talk about it. I'm like, this is really messed up.
Yeah.
It's really messed up.
I know. I don't remember thinking that the first time around.
Yeah.
Her orientation into macrodata refinement, I didn't think anything of it before either, was find the scary numbers and then bin them, right? Mm-hmm. And they get lame prizes, a finger trap, eraser but no pencil.
Like party favors.
Yeah.
Like a goodie bag, like, yeah.
I feel like that happened in some of the jobs. They were like, oh, if you get your quota, you get a coffee mug with our logo on it. Thanks.
Yeah.
Stuff so like funny. That, the cheap tricks. But yeah, so then that's almost a little bit degrading. And then that's when you find out they don't see sunlight. They only eat what is provided to them by Lumen, right? There is this team building a game, skill, what a team building activity.
Yes.
And that's like, it felt very stale, but it's like Mark was like really playing along, I noticed.
Yeah.
You know, like he even had like maybe like not a fake laugh, but a work laugh.
At a certain point, do you just give in? Because how torturous must that be to like have no time pass in the life of the innie, right? Like you go to work and you're back at work and then you're back at work and you're back at work. And like the outie person doesn't know.
Yeah.
That is so, it's blowing my mind.
I know.
Yeah. Like they're tortured inside there. Of course they want to escape.
It's horrible. It's horrible conditions. And then, yes, she tries to escape again. She writes a little note on a Post-it because she doesn't believe there's a code detector. And then she's quickly caught by the scary guy, which I thought it was pretty noble of Mark to take the fall for that.
Yeah.
But then he's sent away to the break room.
Oh my gosh. I forgot about the break room
The narrow.
too.
Yeah. And then she was on the other side of it, his boss, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, is that all we saw? Yeah.
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 Well, we saw Irv in the break room too, right?
He goes to wellness.
Oh, wellness. That's right. Oh, yes. And he's
let's talk about, because Irv has a moment where I believe he nodded off, and he was, because
he got in so much trouble for that. They're
Mr.
checking
Milchek
on him first to make sure he's okay, but they basically like shame him in there.
Oh yeah. They said, oh, you fell asleep, so for dozing off, we're going to dock your pay. I mean, it was horrible, right? So they take him to the wellness department where he meets Miss Casey. We all know who Miss Casey is.
Yes, we do.
And she is very monotonal and telling him facts about his Audi, right? But he's not allowed to react. He's not allowed to show any kind of favoritism to any of the facts, or he gets docked points.
So yeah, you're right. So it's not the break room, because break room's more punishment. So this is like where they give you little nuggets to satisfy you, so that you will go on living in this world, maybe? Because I imagine if you go through this process and you're working there, you want to know. You have curiosity about your Audi. And so now in this wellness treatment, they give you little nuggets.
Yeah.
But why can't you react?
Yeah, why?
You just have to be like a worker.
They don't want you to think one thing is better than the other. But why? What does that do to them?
So weird.
I know. It is there that he meets Bert. They share a common interest in that really scary picture on the wall, which pretty much defines what's happening to them at Lumen. I feel like it's like hell. We also know what happens with Bert, but we don't have to talk about it. Christopher Walken is a gem. All right, so let's go back to Mark and his work checklist.
Yes.
They're just menial tasks, right? I have some. Refill soap dispenser. Sweep the floor using the carpet sweeper. Wipe down desk surfaces in each cubicle. Check refrigerator temp. And then acknowledge Keir Egan's portrait, verbally or silent. And then self-assess. Can I lead today? I don't know. It seems so demeaning to me.
It does. And yeah, why is it? Yeah, and he just like goes about it like one item at a time. Yeah. Except that he hides that picture.
Yeah.
Which was like, why? What was it that he did it so weird too? Like he just tucked it up on that shelf.
And you're not supposed to do that until you take your new picture or something. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, later on with Mark, his Audi self, he's on a date with his sister's doula, and she seems very lovely and nice, but he gets a little too drunk. He gets a little scrappy, and he confronts some anti-severance activists, I believe, a group, and it makes me think, because I don't remember that at all, but the way they're talking, where they say they're going to do forced severing, it makes me think that they're planning to expand or something, which I never, right?
Well, now that we're understanding it more as a social experiment, which I did not think about it all the first season. Now I totally am.
Yeah.
And I can see why there would be people protesting, because it's like, on behalf of the people, don't do this to them. Like, it's basically like, if you choose to do severance, they're saying that basically you are subjugating yourself, which it kind of is. It really is. Not even kind of.
It is, yeah.
So then I'm on the side of the protesters. Mark's really defensive about it. But then if they are going to do forced severance, it kind of reminded me of like a Handmaid's Tale type. Oh. Like it's a, like dystopian future where they do this in order to like maximize productivity under capitalism.
This is definitely a dystopian world. Yeah. Everything's gray or green.
When I first watched it, I thought it was just a personal story about this guy who's mourning his wife, so he does this thing so that he doesn't have to be so sad. Just like a personal story, not one with like societal implications.
Many layers.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like deeper the more you watch it.
I didn't even realize
I know.
that.
I'm so
you just
glad
think this is
this.
A cool original show. You're like, whoa, this is big. This is a big deal.
Deep.
Yes, it is. All right. Well, obviously things aren't going to go well with the doula, I'm guessing. He comes home, and then Miss Selvig comes over and brings chamomile cookies. I don't know.
That doesn't sound that good.
I don't want that. But is she kind of coming on to him about the husband, like made a place for her new lover or something? But remember, this is all just her being sneaky and spying, right?
Well, that's what we think. We think, right? Like she is, just pretending to be no one.
But she's not severed.
She's not severed.
No way.
She can't be.
No way. And I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
But
what
I don't
if she
know.
is? That would be wild.
I know. I just don't think so. Because in order for them to all be in cahoots, Mr. Milchek, her, they have to have some kind of awareness of
somebody knows
the outside.
Well, and she looks so different because he looks the same inside and outside. So if she was severed, how could she look so different? She must go to work and then put on all that stuff. Because her hair is straight, she wears suits, and at home she looks like a gypsy.
Right. Well, we learned that they live in subsidized homes for by women. That another way to control.
I wonder why she gets to live there then if she's Okay.
So just like keep an eye on all of them? Is that what I'm thinking?
Yeah, because so that's right. I actually don't remember the subsidized housing thing, but I did hear it this time.
Yeah.
So then if she's living there, why? Like, what does Mark think is the reason why she lives there? Because it would mean, like, she works for them too, right? If it's subsidized by Lumen, or they just subsidize.
But he doesn't know that that's his boss.
Right. So why does he think that she also lives in subsidized housing? Because they're in the same housing complex, right?
Yes, but why? He just thinks she's just. Oh, so she must work at Lumen.
Yeah, that's what
I see.
That's what I'm thinking. If he lives in subsidized housing and she's the neighbor, so she's also part of the subsidized housing, like HOA.
Right. So why does Miss Selvig live there if she's not working at Lumen?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Or maybe the husband was the front. Maybe the husband worked for her.
Oh.
I don't know.
Or he could just think, oh, they work for Lumen, but not the severed division.
Well, yeah, because apparently they keep them all very separated, right? Okay. So he meets up with Petey. He follows. He calls into work. Mr. Milchick, what did you think of his reaction to that? He has to keep it cool, but definitely,
suspicious.
And that was definitely reported. By the way, I love the actor that plays Mr. Milchick.
Yeah.
He's so good.
Yes. What a great performance.
He's got this great little smile, but he's very serious. Yeah. Anyway, very captivating. All right, so he goes to the address, which is on Half Loop Street, and it's a greenhouse, an abandoned greenhouse, and there's Petey, and I don't remember this. You remember this from the first time watching it?
Only vaguely, where he talks about how it was the reversal of the procedure. I vaguely remember it.
I don't remember that, yeah. He has reintegration sickness, and Mark said, I've never heard of it. He's like, because I'm the first one to do it. So that's interesting. Yeah.
And why did they let him?
And I don't think they let him. But how did he...
Yeah.
How did he get to be... Yeah. Or was it like a underground job?
Yes. Yeah, you got to find somebody who's willing to do this for you. Somebody who's
illegal
fighting for the people.
Reintegration surgery. Yeah. Well, Mark is nice enough to have Petey stay in his basement, but it is there that he has some kind of episode where he cannot differentiate between being in and out of Lumen. So, woo.
Yeah.
A lot happens in each. It's only been 2 episodes, and a lot really happens.
Isn't it so hard to not keep watching?
Yes.
I just want to let the next episode play.
And I'm like, just 5 minutes.
1 week at a time. We have to do it.
We have to, because it's going to be perfectly lead up to the premiere of season 2.
Can't wait.
Yes. Hey, if you're watching along with us, rewatching, let us know what you have noticed that you didn't notice from the first time. Comment below. And then we'll see you next week. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.